Hello, all. I am PW English working as an assistant professor at Sanjivani College of Engineering, Kopargaon in Mechanical Engineering Department. So today we will discuss about work done by impeller on water. So in case of centrifugal pump, work is done by the impeller on the water. In case of turbine, work is done by water on the rotor. So the expression for the work done by the impeller on water is obtained by drawing a velocity triangle at inlet and outlet of impeller in the same way as that of turbine. Only difference is what? It is action of rotor on water. Now the water enters the impeller radially at inlet. That's why VW1 is 0 and alpha angle is 90. This is very important. Okay. VW1 is 0 and alpha is 90. If it is radial outlet, then beta is 90. So here radial inlet, so alpha is 90. Okay. For the best efficiency of pump, which means absolute velocity of water at inlet makes an angle of 90 degree with the direction of motion of impeller at inlet. Therefore, angle alpha is 90 and VW1 is 0. So figure shows the velocity triangle. You see here, alpha angle is 90. This is V1. Okay. This is what? U1 and this is VR1. Now you see here, the water will be flowing like this, correct? Okay. So therefore, the exit velocity is VR2. But rotor is rotating like this. This is very important. You see here, uh, here this is U1, this is VR1 and this is V1. Okay. VW1 is 0. Okay. So V1 equal to VF1. And next is what? Here, yes, VW1 is 0. Water will enter like this. So VR2 will be this. Okay. But since rotor is moving like this. So initially water will flow like this, and because of rotor rotation, the water will be flowing like this, correct? So that's why the velocity, absolute velocity V2 will be here. Now this is VR2, this is V2. Okay. So by joining this point and this point, you are getting what? U2. Correct? Get it or not? U2, V2 and VR2. This completes what? Velocity triangle. And now V2 will be having two components. What are those? VW2 and VF2. So this is a tangent to impeller at outlet and this is tangent to impeller at inlet. This is R1 and this is R2. So the work is just a reverse of turbine. Let N be the speed of impeller in RPM. Then D1 be the diameter of impeller at inlet. U1 is the tangential velocity of impeller at inlet. So it will be pi D1 N by 60. D2 is the diameter of impeller at outlet. So U2 is pi D2 N by 60. V1 is the absolute velocity of water at inlet. VR1 is the relative velocity of water at inlet. Alpha is the angle made by absolute velocity V1 at inlet with the direction of motion of wind. Theta is the angle made by relative velocity with the direction of motion of wind. V2, VR2, beta and phi are the corresponding values at outlet. Now as the water enters the impeller radially, means water directly enter at the eye of impeller. Okay. So absolute velocity of water at inlet is in the radial direction. So alpha is 90 degree and VW1 is 0. Okay. Now the centrifugal pump is the reverse of radially inward flow reaction turbine. But in case of radially inward flow reaction turbine, work is done by the water on the runner per second per unit of weight of water striking. Okay, so it is 1 by G VW1 U1 minus VW2. Okay, correct. For what? When beta angle is more than 90. Correct, because here beta angle is more than 90. Sorry. Yes, in case of what? Francis turbine, it is 1 by G VW1 U1 minus VW2 U2. So the work done by the impeller on the water per second per unit weight of water striking per second is minus of this. Okay, work done in case of turbine. So it is minus of minus 1 by G VW1 U1 minus VW2 U2. That's why you are getting 1 by G VW2 U2 minus VW1 U1. Okay. Or very simple, you take the equation that is 1 by G VW1 U1 plus VW2 U2. Okay. Then since work is what? Minus of turbine work. So you will get what? 1 by G VW to U2 minus VW V1. Okay. To avoid confusion. Now since VW1 is 0, it is 1 by G VW to U2. So in case of yes, Francis turbine, it was 1 by G VW U1. Yes. Now next. Now the work done by the impeller on water per second is what? W by G VW to U2, where W is the weight of water, that is rho GQ. Okay. So that is rho Q VW to U2. Okay. We adjusted the equation. It is what? Rho Q VW to U2, because W is what? Rho G into Q. Weight is what? M into G. What is M? It is rho AV. So it is rho Q is what? AV. Where Q is the volume of water. What is Q? Area into velocity of flow. So pi d1 B1 Vf1 equal to pi d2 B2 Vf2. In Francis turbine also same equation we have used, where B1 and B2 are the width of impeller at inlet and outlet, and Vf1 and Vf2 are velocities of flow at inlet and outlet. Now work done per second is W by G VW to U2 minus VW1 U1. Okay. Per unit weight is 1 by G VW to U2 minus VW1 U1. This equation is known as Euler momentum equation for centrifugal pump if VW1 is not 0. Okay. So it is known as Euler head. Yes. Now next. Now from outlet velocity triangle. Yes. From you see here outlet velocity triangle. From outlet velocity triangle, you can write VR2 square equal to Vf2 square plus U2 minus Vw2. VR2 square equal to yes, VR2 square equal to yes, VR2 square. It is equal to what? Vf2 square plus U2 minus Vw2 square. Okay. Therefore, Vf2 square equal to VR2 square minus U2 minus Vw2 square. Also, Vf2 square equal to V2 square minus Vw2 square. So from equation 1 and 2, you are getting this U2 Vw2. Okay. We just want to put the value of U2 Vw2 and U1 Vw1. So it is 1 by 2 or V2 square plus U2 square minus VR2 square. Similarly, U1 Vw1 is 1 by 2 V1 square plus U1 square minus VR1 square. Therefore, work done per second per unit weight of liquid is V2 square minus V1 square by 2g plus U2 square minus U1 square by 2g plus VR1 square minus VR2 square by 2g. We just want to know the general equation for centrifugal pump. So the first term is known as increase in kinetic energy or dynamic head. You see here, first term is what? V2 square minus V1 square. Second term, U2 square minus U1 square by 2g. Okay, this is second term. It represents increase in static pressure, and last one is what? Change in kinetic energy. Okay, VR1 square minus VR2 square due to retardation of flow. And this is what the change of energy is taking place in the centrifugal pump. Okay. Yes. Now we'll discuss the head of pump. The head of centrifugal pump may be expressed in following ways. Number one is static head. So it is the sum of suction head plus delivery head. So this is the center of pump. Okay. From this liquid surface to center of pump is suction head, and from center of pump to discharge or tank level is what? Delivery head. So HS is the suction head. It is the vertical height of pump, vertical height of the center line of pump shaft above the liquid surface in the sump from which liquid is being raised. HD is the delivery head. Okay, so it is the vertical height of the liquid surface in the tank to which liquid is delivered over the center line of pump shaft. Okay. Then manometric head. So head against which a centrifugal pump has to work is known as manometric head. It is a head measured across the pump inlet and outlet flanges. It is denoted by H manometric. And again you can have equations for manometric head. Number one, it is head imparted by the impeller to liquid minus loss of head in the pump. So VW to U2 by G, head imparted, this is work, okay. So VW to U2 by G minus HLI minus HLC, where HLI and HLC are the losses of head in the impeller and casing. ELI and LC are impeller and casing. So if loss is 0, then H manometric is what? VW to U2 by G. So this is very important. We have to calculate H manometric. So H manometric equal to VW to U2 by G. So this is first equation. Okay. Second equation is what? It is the addition of static head plus losses in pipe plus VD square by 2G. Where static head is what? HS plus HD. Losses in pipe are because of friction. So HFS, it is the loss, frictional head loss in the suction pipe. HFD is the frictional loss in delivery pipe. Okay. And HS is suction head, HD is delivery head. And what is VD? It is velocity of liquid in delivery pipe. So this is second equation. Okay. So according to type of problem, we have to use these equations. And last one is H manometric equal to total head at outlet of pump minus total head at inlet of pump. So it is P2 by W plus V2 square by 2G plus Z2 minus P1 by W plus V1 square by 2G plus Z1, where P2 by W is the pressure head at the outlet of pump, that is HD. V2 square by 2G is the velocity head at the outlet of pump, that is velocity head in delivery pipe. Okay. Z2 is the vertical height of pump from the datum line. P1W, P1 by W, V1 square by 2G. This is HS. This is VS square by 2G and this is ZS. Okay. Then last one is total gross or effective head. So it is equal to the static head plus all the head losses occurring in the flow before, through or after the impeller. Okay. So in next lecture, video lecture, we will discuss about losses and efficiencies of centrifugal pump. So this head efficiency is an equation for work done is very important to solve the problems on centrifugal pump. Okay, so let's stop here. Thank you.